The most recent Star Rail update got me in the mood for talking about it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Thank you and I'm sorry. We're gonna look at the 10 rarest trophies in Honkai Star Rail. But first, some things to note. First, we're going off the PlayStation trophy percentage. I don't know if there's a site that tracks the in-game achievements or not, but specifically trophies is what we're looking at here. Second, 2.2 is the most recent update yet, so any trophies added after then will not be included because I can't see the future yet. I'm working on it, but I haven't picked that skill up yet. Finally, rarity does not equal difficulty. In fact, this game is a much easier platinum than Genshin, for example, which I did the same video for, and you should check that out after this. Cheap plug. With that being said though, let's get into this, starting with number 10, La 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 Land, 16.5%. I hope that was the right amount of Lars. This trophy probably best illustrates how few people actually care about trophy or achievement hunting in this game. To get this trophy, you have to talk to Tamila at the Golden Theatre in Belobog Administrative District. There's no trick to this, just go through the dialogue and you will get the achievement and trophy. I'ma be completely honest, going for the 10 rarest trophies in games is supposed to prevent instances where I have literally nothing to talk about because the trophy is so easy. So as a personal request from me, please log in and get this trophy immediately so it is off the list. Cheers. Number 9. The Banality of Evil, 16.1%. Now this is more like it. For this trophy you need to complete the Vessel of Mediocrity side mission line on Belobog. To do the whole thing you need to be Trailblaze level 24, and what the missions actually entail are solving some box puzzles in order to rescue some small children that may or may not be ghosts. I don't actually remember. Now personally I don't remember struggling with the puzzles at all, but as always with these games all the solutions are online if you just want to smash and not think, which understandable, I get it. Sometimes you just want to smash, quiet back there. There's 3 parts of this quest line increasing difficulty, and once you succeed at all 3, the trophy and achievement is yours. Number 8. Winter City Trap, 13.8%. Oh, for the love of... It's another one where you just have to talk to someone. For this one, it's Eunice in the Vagrant Camp of the Robot Settlement on Belobog. I promise not everything is on Belobog, just these early ones. As with the number 10, no trick, just talk to the character and get through the dialogue and you'll get the trophy. I guess one added little detail is you have to complete the main mission first for this area, because the trophy won't pop even if you do listen to this character until you finish said mission. Yes, I'm adding this section on because it's too short, how can you tell? Please get on with this, please just do it. Number 7, The Dance Is On, 13%. This one is surprisingly actually for a companion mission, Sparkles to be exact. I don't really know why this is so rare, though I remember literally nothing about this mission, so maybe it was a bad one. Even despite that though, from my brief research to remind myself what on earth it was, you get a trial Black Swan and there's very little combat, which makes sense as it's a somewhat recent Hoyoverse update. The story to gameplay ratio is heavily skewed in the favour of story and cutscenes. Now I don't really mind this too much, but a better balance would be nice. Anyway, small tangent to the side, I'm someone who tends to do the content as soon as it's released, so I had no issues with this. There's also the fact that this mission is in Penacony, which is the most recent area, and so more people are probably not there yet. Whatever the reason, this is the only companion mission on the list, which is not something I was expecting at all going in. I thought all the trophies would be for miscellaneous tasks. Number 6. Disposable, 9.3%. Well hey, a miscellaneous task! For this trophy you need to talk to all 6 Herta puppets around the space station. I'll at least concede there's a bit more to this one than talking to random NPC achievements from earlier. There's 6 different NPC puppets to talk to, although thinking about it she's technically playable, so she's not an NPC, she's just a PC, not important. Using a guide makes this easy, but it is entirely possible you'll run into most of these while just exploring the space station looking for chests and whatnot. Just make sure you actually talk to them though, because if you're anything like me you will see them and then forget to talk to them because they never have anything important to say, and then 6 months later you find out there's a trophy associated with them and have to go find them again. This is based on real life events. Number 5. For ages 12 and up, 7.7%. This one is for talking to an NPC, but there's a few extra steps to it. You need to go to the Fight Club, don't talk about the Fight Club by the way, and find a mysterious letter and then go outside and talk to a strange child. Going through this dialogue will lead to you crushing the kids at rock, paper, scissors and also their dreams, earning the trophy along the way. Like I said, extra steps, but these are a lot less varied than the Genshin list, which was not something I was expecting going in. They need to make some of the harder achievements into trophies, is what I'm getting at. Number 4. 50 credits? 6.8%. This is the first of the interact with a certain number of things trophies. For this one, it's wanted posters around Belobog's administrative district. There's 7 in total and they're not super hidden, but let's be real, you're gonna use a guide anyway, which is fine, I did as well. The posters themselves have got, let's go with, interesting depictions of the characters on it, and so will stand out, and also the colours tend to not blend in with the walls, so they are easier to spot. I know I just said people are going to use guides to find them and then went on to give tips for not using guides, but I'm going to say that I'm appealing to both sides and keeping everyone happy. Number 3. Diogenes' Utopia, 6.6%. This is where all the memes came from, isn't it? For this trophy, you need to interact and get items from 10 specific bins around the administrative district, or trash cans for the Americans, and potentially other countries. I don't keep track of what every nation calls their bins. I'm very sorry. Kind of annoying, but there's actually more than 10 bins in the area, but half of them don't give you items, and from what I can tell, you only need the ones that give you items. As with before, you can just use a guide or just sniff all the bins yourself, up to you. They're not especially hidden, and the area isn't that big, so it's just down to how much time you want to spend, really. Number 2. Silent Running, 4.2%. I think this might be the only trophy on the list that actively requires combat, which is mad. This one revolves around the Swarm Disaster mode in the simulated universe. Specifically, you need to see all the stories. Now, what this needs you to do in essence is clear all the goals for the Pathstrider challenges and raise the relevant path numbers high enough to unlock the next story. Thank you, Hoyoverse jargon. Everyone who doesn't play these games has no idea what I just said. Now, this sounds simple, but this mode can be really difficult actually, especially considering some of the later challenges have to be done on the harder difficulties. Now, unfortunately, it's hard to give advice due to the nature of the game. It would be easy for me to say, use this character, but if you don't got that character, because the game gave you E6 Yanqing instead, that's not going to do you any good. More general advice is to focus on the tasks and not necessarily focus on winning. A lot of the tasks don't actually need you to clear the mode, which you can use to your advantage. Other than that, it's about learning what builds and buffs work for your playthrough. Just look up build guides online. I have never built a build myself. I could get them all online, so it's completely fine to do that. I have less jokes for this entry, as this trophy actually is harder, and I am shocked it's not the rarest one. But what is the rarest? Well, that would be number 1. 7 birds in the hand is worth 1,000 in the bush, 3.4%. For this, the rarest trophy in the game, you need to find birds. Technically, they're side cranes, but a bird works too. There are 7 of these around the Luofu, and you need to gather them all for an NPC. What makes this a bit more unique is that upon finding them, they have a small task for you to do. This can be just answering a question or taking a picture, just a small thing, but at least it's something to differentiate them. You can of course use a guide to find them, and I would recommend it due to them being across multiple maps instead of just one like the earlier collecting things trophies. You also need to remember to return to the NPC at the end. They're called Zichao, by the way. Hope my pronunciation was at least okay. In order to actually get the trophy, so maybe that's the part people are forgetting to do. If you forgot to do it, leave a comment. It's fun like that, why not? Honestly, no clue how this is rarer than the Swarm Disaster one, but I don't make the rules. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, because that actually does help me out a lot, and while you're down there, why not subscribe? It's free, and even if you don't use the subscription box, it helps me out at no loss to yourself. Check out my other videos too. I've done this same rarest trophy format for Genshin, as I said earlier, and also Fallout 4, though that's a bit less relevant to this video. And let me know other games I could do this stuff for. There's a lot of games in the world. Thank you for watching, and apologies for any scuff that might have occurred. My computer died, so I had to do this on a laptop for a bit, and then I got my computer back, and it was a whole thing. For now though, I'm off, hunt them trophies, and I'll see you next time.